Okay. All righty. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. This week, well, it's a new month. So we're on a new theme, and our theme is creative empowerment. Our topic for this week is open-mindedness, and that made me happy, made me smile as soon as I read that was going to be our topic because I think it's a good one. So, in support group, we'll be talking about open mindedness as it relates to others. Here, we're going to start with being open to a compassionate relationship with ourselves. So, our relationship with others begins with our relationship to ourselves. Our relationship to ourselves creates like the mold of how we see all relationships, how we view all relationships. If we're caught in a trance of feeling unworthy, angry, fearful, or whatever, you name it, it will impact how we receive messages from others. So, in a sense, open mindedness starts with open heartedness. And when I think about open mindedness and how it relates to breathing meditation or chair yoga, I think about how important it is for us to tune into how we feel on the inside. So, in particular, when it comes to chair yoga, there's often a little bit of concern about how we look to others. Am I doing this right? And sometimes less of a tuning into how something feels. So, I invite you today have it all about how it feels, set aside how it may look. Um, and building on that, there's no perfect practice. There's no perfect practice of breathing. There's no perfect practice of yoga. It's all a form of self-expression, and and it shouldn't be perfect because how we breathe and how we move is totally affected by what's going on. If we're stressed out, maybe we hold our breath more, maybe we move more kind of jaggedly. When we're more relaxed and calm, it's easier to breathe more fully. It's easier to flow more in our movement. And then the last thing that I thought of when I heard the topic was open mindedness, was the importance of beginner's mind. So often we can be a little uncomfortable being a beginner at something because we don't know what to do exactly, what to expect. But the wonderful thing about being new to something, being a beginner at something, is that we're like a clear slate. We're open minded, hopefully. We're, almost like an empty vessel waiting to be filled. Anything is really possible. So, approaching your practice tonight with an open mind, with a focus on how you're feeling inside, and with a letting go of any expectation of perfection. So let's get a little grounded before we move on to our breathing practice. So I invite everyone to let both feet rest on the floor and let your hands just comfortably rest in your lap. Maybe it feels good to have your palms facing down. Maybe it feels good to have your palms facing up. You choose. So do remember, as always, everything that I offer in Courage to Caregivers breathing meditation is optional. So feel free to kind of try things out. Feel free to just simply sit and listen, whatever it is you need. Please, by all means, honor that. Um, when we move on to the breathing meditation, in particular, today we'll do some counted breath. You can choose to do the count that I offer or alter it if it doesn't feel right to you. So modify your practice in any way that you wish. So again, feet resting on the floor, hands comfortably resting in the lap. You can choose to close your eyes, or maybe it feels better to just find a point to gaze at that's not moving. But just in some way, allow yourself to get a more relaxed, meditative gaze. Let yourself sink into your chair. So, really feeling the weight of your seat resting on the chair, the weight of your back resting into the back of the chair. Just let the chair support you. Don't do any of the work for the chair. Let it hold you up. Soften to your face. So even before you soften, maybe you notice tension somewhere in your face or in your body, and just become aware of that. Again, with no judgment. So a little more space around the eyes and the jaw. Shoulders sink down a bit as the heart just slightly lifts. Notice your breath. Notice how the breath feels. So we're beginning our breathing practice this evening with breath awareness. So what is the length and the depth of the breath? Where do you feel the breath in your body? Or if you even feel it in your body? Bringing your attention to your nostrils and just feeling the sensation of the breath flowing in and flowing out. Do you notice any difference between how the breath feels flowing in and the way the breath feels when flowing out? Can you feel the breath in your throat, in your lungs? Maybe you even not literally feel the breath, but feel the effects of the breath in your body. Let's start to deepen and slow down the breath. Taking a long breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in, full breath out. And we're going to move into what's called rectangle breathing. And what we'll do is we'll breathe in for 5 counts. We'll pause, holding the breath in for 3. And then we'll breathe the breath out for 5 counts. And we'll pause and hold the breath out for 3 counts. So we're going to do this together, let's say about 5 times, and then I'll cue you to continue on your own for 10 rounds. And just do the best you can. If you get lost, distracted, just breathe deeply. Just again, do your best, not a perfect. So let's all breathe out to begin. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath out, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, holding the breath in, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3. Last round together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, 2, 3. 10 rounds on your own. I'll cue you when it's about time to end. We're on about round 5. When you've completed your 10th round of rectangular breathing, you can let go of counting, but do pause for a moment and just notice how you feel. And if anything has begun to shift during your time here in breathing meditation. So if your eyes are closed and you're enjoying that feeling, you can keep them closed a bit longer as I read the affirmation or intention. So I am open to new ideas and possibilities. With an open heart and an open mind, I am the best version of myself. My way isn't necessarily the way. I am open to other thoughts. So everyone go ahead and slowly open your eyes if they're closed. And before we begin our chair yoga portion of our practice, I'm going to talk about something called the RAIN, RAIN, of self compassion. So, RAIN is an acronym and an easy to remember tool for practicing mindfulness and compassion using the following 4 steps. So, first, R, which is for recognize what is going on. So that's kind of similar to what I was talking about as far as tuning into how we feel. Recognize what is going on. So, 2A, allow the experience to be there just as it is. So, like acceptance. Allow the experience to be there just as it is. 3I, investigate with kindness. So, bringing your attention inwards, being inquisitive in a kind fashion. So, leaving out the judgment, investigate with kindness. Number 4, N, nourish with self compassion, natural awareness, which comes from not identifying with the experience. So, for example, um, if you were to tune in and notice that you feel angry, you can kind of look at that as look at that with compassion and awareness instead of identifying, like saying I am an angry person or I am bad. Just taking a step back. I feel angry in this moment. So nourish with self-compassion, natural awareness, the RAIN. So I know that's kind of a lot to, to keep in our head, but let's do the best as we move through our uh, our chair yoga. Again, with recognizing, allowing that experience, investigating the experience, and nourishing with self compassion. So I'm going to scoot back a little so you can see me a little bit better. Okay. Okay. So getting comfortable in your chair, maybe kind of wiggle around a little bit, letting go of any kind of nervous energy, any stiffness. And let's start with our necks. So everybody bringing your chin down to your chest. And then some nice circles going clockwise. Just move slowly, tuning into how it feels in your body, what sensations might arise, maybe even emotions. Just feel the experience in the moment. Let's meet with our chin to our chest, everyone. And then moving clock or counterclockwise, sorry. So turning your head nice and slow, noticing it all. Like, is there more tightness on the right or on the left as your head is tilted forward or back? We'll meet with our chin to our chest, bringing your hands to the back of your skull, applying just very gentle pressure to extend the neck. Release your hands. And let's bring this forward into a forward fold. So just bringing your elbows to your knees, letting your head drop down. Maybe even you widen your feet and bring your hands to the ground. Maybe it depends on if you recently ate or not and how tight your clothes are, but some sort of forward fold. You can shake out your head, release any tension. And then staying folded, bring your hands to your legs. Gently press into your legs to lift your way up. Bringing your hands behind you or to the back of the chair for a bit of a back bend. So pulling your hands back, lifting your chest. And release. Okay. Excuse me. We're going to practice eagle arms now. So bringing your hands forward, right arm under, left arm over, bend at the elbows. See if you can go palm to palm. For me, I'm feeling particularly tight in this position today. So maybe I'd be better served by just pressing forearm to forearm. Just kind of play around with it, see what works for you. Yep, definitely. All right, then release your arms out wide. Open your chest. And we're going to come back the other way. So left hand under, right hand over. See if we can bend the elbows. Oh, maybe go palm to palm or forearm to forearm instead. Breathe. And let your arms open out wide to the side. Lift your chest and release. Good. Let's do a little linking breath with movement with the arms. We'll link the breath to the movement in the arms. So bring your hands to your sides. And if anyone is wanting to feel more invigorated here, you could do this particular exercise standing if you wish. So breathe in, reach out and up. Breathe out, release your hands to your sides. Breathe in, lift up, stay soft in the shoulders. Breathe out, release, like we're moving through nice, warm, soothing water. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, release. Breathe in, lift. Let's stay lifted and take a little side bend. You're going to take your right hand to your left wrist and side bend over to your right. So keeping the weight even in your seat. So the tendency is to kind of lean over to the right side of your seat. Press a little more firmly into the left to ground yourself. Let's release that all down. And then breathe in, reach up. This time, left hand to right wrist. We're going to side bend over to the left. Heavy on the right side. Lift through the chest. Try not to lean forward. Lift, open, breathe. And release. All right, so let's shake it out a bit. All right, seated cat and cow helps to move forward a little bit from the back of the chair. You bring your hands to your knees. We'll breathe in, lift the chest, widen the heart. We'll breathe out and round, let the head look down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, round. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, round. Couple more rounds, following your own breath. See, somewhere inside of each of us, there is our own teacher. And round. Good. Okay. Let's do hip opener, bring that into a twist. Right ankle over left knee. Pause here. Notice how this feels in the body. You know, for some, there's a lot of sensation here. For others, maybe not much at all. If you would like more sensation, you can either gently press down on the right knee or lift the left knee by pressing into the ball of the left foot. That lifts the right knee up, gets us a little deeper into that right hip. Just breathe. Notice how this feels. Keeping an open mind, open to possibility. All right, good. If you lifted the foot or pressed on the knee, just release that back to our original position. Let's take a twist. Left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Before you twist, everyone breathe in, get as long and tall as you can through your spine, and then breathe out and twist to the right. And back to center. Little baby counter twist to the left. And back to center. Release the right foot down. And now let's try the other side. Left ankle crosses over right knee, just staying here first. Notice how this feels, and it could even be different from the right side. And for those wanting more sensation, either gently press onto the left knee or press into the ball of the right foot, lifting the right knee up. Find your expression of the pose. Breathing. So sometimes we hold a shape with our body, but we do our best not to hold our breath at the same time. And release. Taking it into a twist, right hand over to the left knee, left hand behind you before you twist. Everybody breathe in, get as long in the spine as you can. Breathe out and twist over to the left. A little counter twist over to the right. Good. And back to center. Let's just do a little bit of circular motion with a couple body parts, and we'll move on to our meditation. So let's start with the wrists. A few circles. Nice and slow. Notice how it feels, maybe how it sounds. Switch directions. Good. Okay, and then shoulders. So elbows bent to the side. Do some nice big circles. So I kind of like the big exaggerated movement here, but maybe smaller movement feels good to you. Your body. Let's switch directions. Breathing. Good. Okay, and release. And let's just end with ankles. So I know you can't quite see my foot, but I'm lifting my right foot up off of the ground and circling the ankle. So keeping the leg still, pretty still, but just circling the ankle. And switch directions. Good. Release. Other side, left foot lifts, circle the ankle. And switching directions if you haven't already. Good. All right, nice work, everyone. We've moved through our centering, our breathing practice, our chair yoga, and now on to what I like to call the icing on the cake, our meditation. So everyone, please find a comfortable place to rest. So we'll be in meditation. I'll have to check the time, but probably about 15 minutes or so here. So I'm going to readjust myself. So meditation can be done in literally any position. I mean, there's even walking meditation, but could be laying down. Could be, laying down with your legs propped up on something or even a wall. You could be in a chair. We've had people in group in their car, so maybe you parked car, that is, recline in your seat a bit or whatever you need to get comfortable, using any props that feel good to you, blankets, pillows, dimming the lights, putting on soft music if you'd like. As you're getting settled in, I'll read something to you. So you can use this. This is speaking of the RAIN self compassion practice. Remember recognizing what is going on, allowing the experience to be there, uh, investigate with kindness, and nourish with self compassion. You can use this as a practice whenever challenging feelings arise, as a way of transforming doubts and fears with a healing presence. Each time you are open and willing to slow down and recognize, oh, this is the trance of unworthiness. This is fear. This is hurt. This is judgment. You're poised to decondition the old habits and limiting self beliefs that confine your heart. So, hopefully, everyone has been able to get comfortable here. Next, you can choose if you would like to close your eyes or just find a meditative gaze. That's where your, eyelids close a little and you just look at one spot. And we're going to practice this open-mindedness, this self-compassion as we move through a portion of Yoga Nidra. That's one of our favorites here in Courage to Caregivers. We're going to do the rotation of consciousness. So what I'll do is I just kind of one by one, I'll name a body part and you'll bring your attention there. So recognize kind of what's going on in that area of your body, allowing that experience to just be there, investigating that experience with kindness, and then finally nourishing yourself with self-compassion. Excuse me. Right hand. So, sorry, the practice will begin on the right side of our body. Right hand, thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the right hand. Back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Moving to the left hand. Left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the back of the body. Right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, the pelvic floor, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, the whole face, the whole head, the whole torso, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. And now let's rest here for just a couple minutes in silence. Once again, allowing yourself to recognize what's going on, allow that experience to just be, investigate with kindness, and finally, nourishing with self compassion. So, when our time is up, I'll ring my bells. Everybody take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Excuse me. Slowly make your way back up to seated. Excuse me. It was so good seeing you all and practicing. I think I'm losing my voice now. So, good evening, all.